Hello everybody, this is George with Melnick's Automotive. Today we get to work on the 2020 Civic Type R, and very common problem. If you start your vehicle and you get these messages, you might be a victim of one of these issues. So, emission system problem, and watch is going to change just in a second. Rev match system problem. Your check engine light will come on. There's a lot of different things that could cause this light to come on, especially with Honda Civic Type R. If you have a Honda CR-V, you might get the same code. Acura RDX, Honda Accord 2.0 liter Sport, you might get this code if your engine's turbocharged. So there's a recall. So first thing you want to do, call the dealer and give them your VIN number. Make sure there's no open recall for a wiring harness that causes this issue. If you have some aftermarket parts on your vehicle, it could be your fuel pump. It could also be an air leak. A lot of people install PRL intercooler and they don't get their clamps tight enough, and there's a air leak. Cold air intake would also cause one of these codes to come up. But first, what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead, plug in my scan tool and pull the codes. Alright guys, as you can see, I went ahead and pulled the codes, and it's two codes. Basically the same code, but repeats itself twice. I don't know, my scan tool always does this kind of thing. It shows me the same codes twice. Maybe it's something in settings. But anyway, so the thing of it is, we have EVAP CVS stock closed. So I'm going to show you what to do and how to test it to see if what's going on with it. This vehicle is set for quite some time, and I apologize about my voice. I lost my voice a little bit yesterday, and that could be the cause as well. It just stuck in one position. It's not moving, but we'll do a test. I'm gonna find it, showed you where it's located, and I'm gonna test it to see if it works. But that's why it's very important, as I said, to check the codes, because there's a lot of things that could cause those lights to come on. On the Honda vehicles, a lot of times check engine light will trigger a couple other things like engine management system problem, transmission system problem, EVAP system problem. There's going to be, if check engine light comes on and you don't have a scan tool, you don't know the codes, it's going to give you a lot of scary messages. So just want to give you a heads up when your check engine light comes on, or a lot of lights come on. Don't freak out. Just check the codes first and then go from there. So next, we're going to go ahead and test. I'm going to show you location, where this thing is located, and I'm going to show you how to test it to see if it's any good. So again, the code is 2422. EVAP CVS stock closed. All right, so we are underneath the car, basically on the back passenger side, just before the fuel tank. Okay, there's a charcoal canister mounted on the back passenger side. So what I did, I pulled this cover. If you're underneath the vehicle, there's going to be a cover, so you're going to have to remove a clip here, and there's a size 10 bolt. So this is the solenoid that we're talking about. Let me see if I can get my camera over there. Okay, it's right here. This is the solenoid, and there's a plug, purple, I think purple and a blue wire. It looks like green, but it's actually blue. So this is the solenoid that we have a problem with. The best way to test it, to go ahead and pull it out, but I have a scan tool, so I'm going to go ahead and activate it on my scan tool, and I'm going to hear it open and close. So check this out. On my scan tool, I have a CVS on and CVS off. So when I'm gonna bring my camera close to the solenoid, and I'm gonna activate it with my scan tool, and you're gonna hear a thumb. Listen to this. There you go. I'm gonna do it again. I'm sure you can hear the sound. Open, close, open, close. So I know for a fact that my solenoid is functional. Very easy to pull it if you have to pull it. It's very easy to do it. If you don't have a scan tool, all you have to do, take an alligator clip, disconnect this plug right here. Okay, and then inside, see, my camera's not really, can't really get my camera in there. You could use alligator clips. There's plus and minus. There's two pins that stick out. You can just take and connect a battery, 12 volt, and you're gonna hear it moving. If it doesn't move, it's toasted. Replace it, clear the code, and you're done. So what I'm gonna do right now, since I tested the solenoid and the solenoid is working, so most likely what has happened, since the vehicle's set for a few months, that solenoid was stuck and it didn't purge, so caused that light to come on. So I'm gonna go ahead and clear the codes and see if they come back. Okay, so went ahead and did the test, and I showed you, and you saw that my solenoid worked perfectly fine. Most likely was just stuck. A lot of times a spider gets in there and makes a little cobweb, and that gets it stuck for a minute, and then when the computer commands it to open and doesn't open, it will cause that to happen. It will throw the light on. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to go ahead and erase the codes. So the codes has been cleared. I'm going to turn the ignition switch off. I'm going to start the car. Alright, as you can see, there's no more check engine, there's no more emissions code, and there's no more rev code. Everything's clear. So we'll drive it for a little bit, we'll see what happens. But once again, thanks for watching. This was George with Melnick's Automotive.